Imagine waking up tomorrow to the biggest political shakeup in decades. Elon Musk, the billionaire behind Tesla and SpaceX, just announced he's launching a brand new political party to challenge the entire U.S. system. What does this mean for the 2024 election? Could this change everything you thought you knew about American politics? Stay tuned, because this story is just getting started. Imagine waking up one morning to the news that Elon Musk, the billionaire entrepreneur behind Tesla, SpaceX, and Twitter, has just announced the launch of a brand new political party in the United States. At first, you might think it's a joke or some kind of viral internet rumor. After all, Elon Musk is known for his bold ideas, wild tweets, and ambitious projects that often sound like science fiction. But this time, it's real. This announcement sent shockwaves through the political landscape, leaving Americans and political analysts alike stunned and scrambling to understand what this could mean for the future of the country. Elon Musk is no stranger to making headlines. Over the past 2 decades, he has become one of the most influential and controversial figures in the world. From revolutionizing the electric car industry with Tesla, to pushing the boundaries of space exploration with SpaceX, to shaking up social media with his acquisition of Twitter, Musk has consistently proven that he's not afraid to challenge the status quo. But this latest move, launching a political party, is on a whole new level. It's a step that could change the game entirely, not just in business or technology, but in the very fabric of American democracy. For years, Musk has been vocal about his opinions on politics, technology, and society. He's tweeted about everything from government regulations and free speech to climate change and artificial intelligence. His views don't always fit neatly into the traditional political categories of left or right, Democrat or Republican. Instead, Musk often positions himself as a disruptor, someone who wants to break down old systems and build new ones that better fit the realities of the 21st century. So when Musk announced the creation of a new political party, it wasn't just another headline. It was a signal that he's ready to take his influence to the next level. This new party aims to challenge the traditional two-party system in America, which has dominated the political scene for over a century. And that's a big deal. Why? Because the U.S. political system is famously rigid. For more than 100 years, the Democratic and Republican parties have controlled almost every aspect of American politics. They set the agenda, control the debates, and decide which candidates get the spotlight. Third parties like the Libertarians, Greens, or Reform Party have tried to break through, but they've mostly been sidelined, dismissed as spoilers who split the vote or as fringe groups without real power. This two-party dominance has created a political environment where many voters feel stuck. They often have to choose the lesser of two evils, rather than a candidate who truly represents their views. This has led to widespread frustration, political polarization, and a growing sense that the system isn't working for everyday Americans. Enter Elon Musk's new political party. With Musk's influence, wealth, and massive following, this party could be the first serious challenge to the two-party system in decades. Musk isn't just a wealthy businessman. He's a cultural icon with millions of followers on social media who hang on his every word. His ability to shape public opinion is unmatched, and that gives his new party a unique advantage. But what exactly does this mean for American politics? Could Musk's party really change the way elections are run? Could it push the major parties to rethink their platforms? Could it inspire a new generation of voters who have felt alienated by the current system? To understand the potential impact, it's important to look at the history of third parties in the U.S. and why they've struggled to gain traction. The American electoral system is based on winner-takes-all voting, which means that only the candidate with the most votes in each district wins. This system tends to favor two major parties because voters don't want to waste their vote on a candidate who has little chance of winning. As a result, third parties often get squeezed out, even if they have significant support. Moreover, the two major parties have built powerful networks of donors, lobbyists, and political operatives that make it difficult for outsiders to compete. They control ballot access laws, debate rules, and campaign financing in ways that often disadvantage smaller parties. Despite these challenges, third parties have occasionally influenced American politics. For example, Theodore Roosevelt's Progressive Party in 1912 pushed major reforms, and Ross Perot's independent run in 1992 brought attention to the national debt and trade issues. But these moments have been exceptions rather than the rule. What makes Musk's party different? For one, Musk's personal brand is global and transcends traditional political boundaries. He appeals to tech enthusiasts, entrepreneurs, environmentalists, libertarians, and even some progressives. His vision of the future, one driven by innovation, space exploration, and free speech, resonates with many people who feel disconnected from the current political debates. Additionally, Musk's financial resources mean that his party won't struggle with fundraising the way most third parties do. He can fund campaigns, build infrastructure, and attract top talent. His social media presence also gives him a direct line to millions of potential supporters, bypassing traditional media gatekeepers. But launching a political party is not without risks. Musk's controversial statements and unpredictable behavior have alienated some people. Critics worry that his party could further fragment the political landscape, making it harder to govern. Others question whether Musk's vision is realistic or if it's just another publicity stunt. Still, the announcement has sparked a nationwide conversation about the future of American democracy. It has forced politicians, pundits, and voters to reconsider what's possible. Could this be the start of a new political era? Or will it be a fleeting moment in a long history of third-party experiments? As the story unfolds, one thing is clear. Elon Musk's entry into politics is a game-changer. Whether you support him or not, his new political party challenges us all to think differently about leadership, innovation, and the power of ideas in shaping our society. So buckle up. The political landscape in America is about to get a lot more interesting. Before we dive deeper into the implications of Elon Musk launching a new political party, it's important to take a step back and understand exactly who Elon Musk is and why his political ambitions matter so much. Because this isn't just about a billionaire throwing his hat into the political ring. It's about a figure who has already reshaped multiple industries and now wants to reshape the political landscape itself. Elon Musk is one of the most influential and talked about figures in the world today. His name is synonymous with innovation, disruption, and bold visions for the future. Most people know him as the CEO of Tesla, the electric car company that has revolutionized the automotive industry. Tesla didn't just make electric cars cool. It forced the entire industry to rethink what's possible with clean energy and sustainable transportation. Thanks to Musk's leadership, electric vehicles have gone from niche products to mainstream contenders, and Tesla's success has pushed other automakers to accelerate their own electric vehicle programs. But Musk's influence doesn't stop on the ground. He's also the founder and CEO of SpaceX, a private aerospace company that has fundamentally changed space travel. SpaceX was the first private company to send astronauts to the International Space Station, and it's working on ambitious projects like reusable rockets and plans to colonize Mars. Musk's vision of making humanity a multi-planetary species has captured the imagination of millions and reignited interest in space exploration at a time when government space programs were slowing down. Beyond Tesla and SpaceX, Musk has been involved in a range of other cutting-edge projects. He co-founded Neuralink, a company developing brain-computer interfaces that could one day allow humans to communicate directly with machines. He also started the Boring Company, which aims to reduce traffic congestion through underground tunnels. And of course, there's Twitter, a platform Musk acquired and has used as a megaphone for his ideas, opinions, and sometimes controversial statements. But Elon Musk isn't just a tech mogul or entrepreneur. He's also a highly vocal commentator on politics, society, and culture. Over the years, Musk has used his massive social media presence, especially Twitter, to share his views on a wide range of issues. He's expressed frustration with government regulations that he believes stifle innovation and slow progress. He's criticized media bias and what he sees as unfair treatment by journalists. And he's openly discussed his concerns about political stagnation, polarization, and the inability of traditional politicians to solve big problems. Musk's political views don't fit neatly into the usual categories of left or right, Democrat or Republican. Instead, he often positions himself as a disruptor, someone who wants to break down old systems and build new ones that better reflect the realities of the modern world. For example, he has supported some libertarian ideas like reducing government interference in business, but he's also advocated for strong action on climate change and renewable energy. This mix of positions has made him a somewhat unpredictable figure in political discussions. His Twitter account alone has millions of followers who hang on his every word. When Musk tweets, it can move markets, influence public opinion, and spark intense debate. His ability to communicate directly with millions of people without the filter of traditional media gives him a unique kind of power. This direct connection to the public is one reason why his announcement of a new political party is so significant. When Musk announced the launch of this new political party, it wasn't just a random idea or a passing whim. It was a clear signal that he wants to use his platform, his resources, and his influence to directly shape the future of American politics. This is a major step beyond tweeting opinions or funding candidates. It means building an organized movement with policies, candidates, and a vision for governance. Why does this matter so much? Because American politics is at a crossroads. The traditional two-party system, dominated by Democrats and Republicans, has been criticized for being polarized, ineffective, and disconnected from the needs of many voters. Many Americans feel frustrated by the lack of real choices and the constant gridlock in Washington. Musk's entry into politics could shake up this system in ways we haven't seen in decades. By launching a new political party, Musk is signaling that he believes the current political landscape is broken and that new ideas and new leadership are needed. This could mean introducing fresh policies that focus on innovation, technology, and reform. It could mean recruiting candidates who come from outside the traditional political establishment, entrepreneurs, scientists, and thinkers who bring new perspectives. And it could mean changing the way politics is done, with a greater emphasis on transparency, accountability, and direct engagement with voters. Musk's political ambitions also reflect a broader trend of billionaires and tech leaders becoming more involved in politics. In recent years, we've seen figures like Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, and others use their wealth and influence to shape policy debates. But Musk's approach is different because he's not just funding causes or lobbying behind the scenes. He's stepping into the arena himself. Of course, Musk's political ambitions come with risks and challenges. His outspoken style and controversial statements have alienated some people and raised questions about his suitability for political leadership. Critics worry that his party could further fragment the political landscape, making it harder to govern effectively. Others question whether his vision is realistic or if it's driven more by ego and publicity than by a genuine plan for change. Still, the fact that Musk is willing to take this step speaks volumes about the current state of American politics. It shows that even the most successful entrepreneurs see the need for new approaches and new leadership. And it raises important questions about the future. What kind of policies will Musk's party promote? How will it affect the 2024 elections and beyond? And what does this mean for the traditional parties and the voters they represent? In the end, Elon Musk's political ambitions matter because they represent a potential turning point. Whether you agree with his ideas or not, his entry into politics challenges us all to think differently about leadership, innovation, and the power of ideas to shape our society. It's a story that's just beginning, and one that could have profound implications for the future of America. One of the biggest questions on everyone's mind right now is, what does Elon Musk's new political party actually stand for? This is a crucial question because launching a political party is not just about making headlines. It's about presenting a clear vision and set of principles that can attract voters and influence the future direction of country. While the full platform of Musk's party is still being developed and many details remain to be seen, Musk has already hinted at several key principles that are likely to shape the party's agenda. These principles reflect his personal beliefs, his business background, and his vision for a future that embraces innovation, freedom, responsibility, and progress. At the core of Musk's political vision is a strong focus on innovation and technology. This is hardly surprising given his track record as the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, companies that have revolutionized electric vehicles and space travel, respectively. Musk's new party is expected to prioritize policies that support technological advancement and foster an environment where innovation can thrive. This means reducing bureaucratic hurdles and outdated regulations that often slow down progress and make it difficult for startups and entrepreneurs to bring new ideas to market. Musk has frequently criticized government red tape, arguing that it stifles creativity and economic growth. His party will likely advocate for streamlining regulations, encouraging entrepreneurship, and increasing investment in research and development. The vision is to create a government that actively supports breakthroughs in fields like artificial intelligence, renewable energy, biotechnology, and space exploration. This could involve increased funding for STEM education, tax incentives for tech companies, and public-private partnerships designed to accelerate innovation. The ultimate goal is to position the United States as a global leader in technology and ensure that American workers and companies remain competitive in the industries of the future. Another fundamental principle Musk has emphasized is the protection of free speech and the promotion of open dialogue. This has been a major theme in his public statements, especially following his controversial acquisition of Twitter. Musk has been a vocal advocate for free expression, arguing that open debate is essential for a healthy democracy. His party is expected to push for policies that defend free speech rights both online and offline, while also addressing the complex challenges posed by misinformation, hate speech, and online harassment. Striking the right balance between protecting free expression and preventing harmful content is a difficult task, but Musk's approach appears to favor minimal censorship and greater transparency in how social media platforms moderate content. This could translate into efforts to reform laws like Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, which currently shields online platforms from liability for user-generated content. Additionally, the party might advocate for increased accountability regarding government surveillance and censorship, ensuring that citizens can express their views without fear of undue restriction. This stance on free speech could resonate with a broad spectrum of voters, including civil libertarians, conservatives concerned about censorship, and progressives who value open dialogue and transparency. Environmental responsibility is another key area where Musk's party is likely to focus. Given Musk's deep involvement with Tesla and renewable energy, it's clear that sustainable energy policies and climate change solutions will be important components of the party's platform. However, Musk's approach to environmental issues tends to emphasize innovation and practical solutions rather than ideological battles or heavy-handed government mandates. The party is expected to advocate for policies that promote clean energy technologies such as solar, wind, and electric vehicles, while also encouraging advancements in energy storage and smart grid management. Instead of relying solely on regulations, Musk's party will likely emphasize market-driven solutions and technological breakthroughs as the best path forward. For example, investing in battery technology to make electric cars more affordable and efficient, or developing carbon capture technologies to reduce emissions. This pragmatic approach could appeal to voters who care deeply about the environment but are wary of policies that might stifle economic growth or innovation. It aligns with Musk's broader vision of a future where technology solves some of the world's most pressing challenges. Government reform is another critical issue that Musk has highlighted. He has been openly critical of what he perceives as an inefficient, corrupt, and overly bureaucratic political system that often fails to serve the interests of ordinary citizens. His party might push for reforms aimed at increasing transparency, reducing the influence of special interests and lobbyists, and making government more accountable to the people. This could include measures such as campaign finance reform to limit the power of big money in politics, stricter ethics rules for elected officials, and efforts to modernize government operations through technology. For instance, the party might advocate for the use of blockchain technology to create secure and transparent voting systems or employ artificial intelligence to improve the efficiency of public services. The overarching goal would be to rebuild trust in government by making it more responsive, transparent, and effective. This focus on reform could attract voters who are frustrated with the current political gridlock and polarization, including independents and moderates who feel alienated by the traditional two-party system. One of the most unique and exciting aspects of Musk's political vision is the emphasis on space exploration and scientific research. With SpaceX's groundbreaking achievements, Musk has demonstrated that private companies can play a major role in advancing humanity's reach beyond Earth. His party could prioritize funding for space programs, scientific innovation, and education in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics (STEM) fields. This might include support for NASA and other space agencies, incentives for private space ventures, and initiatives designed to inspire young people to pursue careers in science and engineering. The idea is not just about rockets and planets. It's about fostering a culture of curiosity, exploration, and progress. Musk's vision is to inspire a new generation of explorers and innovators who will tackle the big challenges of the future, from climate change to artificial intelligence to interplanetary colonization. This focus on science and exploration could energize voters who are passionate about the future and want to see America lead in these exciting fields. Taken together, this mix of ideas creates a platform that could appeal to a surprisingly wide range of voters. Tech enthusiasts and entrepreneurs will be drawn to the party's focus on innovation and reducing regulatory barriers. Environmentalists who favor practical, technology-driven solutions to climate change might find a home here. Free speech advocates across the political spectrum could support the party's commitment to protecting expression. Political reformers and independents frustrated with the current system may see this as a fresh alternative. Science and space fans will be excited by the emphasis on exploration and research. In a political landscape often defined by division and partisanship, Musk's party could offer a new kind of coalition, one built around forward-looking ideas and a shared belief in progress. While the full details of Elon Musk's new political party platform are still unfolding, these core principles give us a glimpse of what might be coming. It's a vision that combines bold innovation with a commitment to freedom, responsibility, and reform. Whether this party can translate these ideas into real political power remains to be seen, but one thing is clear. Elon Musk is aiming to change the conversation and challenge the traditional political order in a way few others have dared to do. This new political movement could reshape American politics in ways we never expected, and it's a story that's just beginning to unfold. The timing of Elon Musk's announcement to launch a new political party could not be more significant. With the 2024 presidential election fast approaching, the introduction of a fresh political force has the potential to disrupt the established dynamics that have long defined American politics. The two-party system, dominated by Democrats and Republicans, has shaped elections, policies, and governance for over a century. Musk's entry into this arena introduces a new variable that could alter the political landscape in ways that are both unpredictable and profound. One of the most immediate concerns among political analysts and voters alike is the possibility of vote splitting. In a system where elections are often decided by narrow margins, the emergence of a new party could siphon votes away from one or both of the major parties. This is especially true among moderate and independent voters who may feel disillusioned with the current options, but are hesitant to support a third party due to fears of wasting their vote. If Musk's party attracts a significant portion of these voters, it could make it more difficult for either Democrats or Republicans to secure a clear majority in key races. This phenomenon, sometimes referred to as the spoiler effect, has historically been a major obstacle for third parties in the United States. However, Musk's unique position as a billionaire entrepreneur with a massive social media following could give his party a stronger foothold than previous third-party efforts. Another important factor to consider is the type of candidates Musk's party might attract. Unlike traditional political parties that often rely on career politicians, Musk's party could draw high-profile individuals from outside the usual political circles. Entrepreneurs, scientists, activists, and other professionals who bring fresh perspectives and innovative ideas might be encouraged to run for office under this new banner. While these candidates may lack extensive political experience, their backgrounds in business, technology, and activism could resonate with voters looking for change and new approaches to governance. This influx of non-traditional candidates could challenge the status quo and introduce new policy debates that have been largely absent from mainstream political discourse. Even if Musk's party does not immediately win major offices or secure a large number of seats in Congress, its presence alone could have a significant impact on the political landscape. The major parties may feel compelled to adopt some of the new party's ideas and policy proposals in order to win over voters who are attracted to Musk's vision. This kind of influence can shift the political conversation and force Democrats and Republicans to reconsider their platforms and strategies. For example, if Musk's party emphasizes innovation, free speech, and government reform, the major parties might incorporate similar themes to appeal to voters who are excited by these issues. This dynamic could lead to a broader realignment of political priorities in a more competitive environment where ideas are debated more vigorously. Voter engagement is another area where Musk's new party could make a difference. One of the challenges facing American democracy today is the relatively low turnout among younger voters and those who feel disillusioned with the political system. Musk's massive social media presence and ability to communicate directly with millions of people could energize these groups and encourage greater participation in elections. By tapping into the enthusiasm of younger generations and those frustrated with traditional politics, Musk's party might increase voter turnout and bring new voices into the political process. This could have a ripple effect, encouraging other parties to engage more actively with these demographics and address their concerns more effectively. Looking beyond the immediate election cycle, the long-term implications of Musk's political party could be even more transformative. If the party gains traction and builds a sustainable base of support, it could pave the way for a multi-party system in the United States. Unlike many other democracies around the world that have multiple influential parties, the U.S. has been dominated by two major parties for decades. Breaking this duopoly would represent a fundamental shift in American politics, potentially leading to more diverse political representation and a wider range of policy options for voters. A successful third party could encourage coalition building and compromise, which might help reduce the intense polarization that currently characterizes much of American political life. However, the road to establishing a viable third party is fraught with challenges. The American electoral system, with its winner-takes-all approach, tends to favor the two major parties and makes it difficult for new parties to gain a foothold. Ballot access laws, debate inclusion rules, and campaign financing structures often create significant barriers for third-party candidates. Musk's party will need to overcome these obstacles by building a strong organizational infrastructure, recruiting credible candidates, and mobilizing voters across the country. The party's success will depend not only on Musk's personal influence and resources, but also on its ability to connect with voters on the ground and present a compelling alternative to the existing political options. In addition to structural challenges, Musk's party will face scrutiny and criticism from established political actors and the media. Some may question Musk's motives, suggesting that his political ambitions are driven more by personal branding or business interests than by a genuine desire to improve governance. Others may worry that the party's emergence could further fragment the electorate and make it harder to achieve stable government majorities. These concerns are valid and highlight the complexities involved in introducing a new political force into a deeply entrenched system. Despite these challenges, the announcement of Musk's political party has already sparked a nationwide conversation about the future of American democracy. It has forced politicians, pundits, and voters to reconsider what is possible and to think about new ways to address the country's most pressing issues. Whether Musk's party will ultimately succeed in winning elections or reshaping policy remains to be seen, but its very existence signals a desire for change and innovation in a political system that many feel is stuck in a rut. As the 2024 election approaches, All eyes will be on how Musk's party performs and what impact it has on a race. Will it split the vote and alter the outcome in key battleground states? Will it attract charismatic candidates who can challenge the political establishment? Will it push the major parties to adopt new ideas and reform their platforms? And will it inspire greater voter engagement, especially among younger and disaffected voters? These are the questions that will shape the coming months and potentially the future of American politics. In the long run, if Musk's party manages to establish itself as a credible and influential force, it could help usher in a new era of political competition and diversity. This could lead to a more dynamic and responsive political system, one that better reflects the varied interests and values of the American people. The introduction of a viable third party could also encourage more collaboration and compromise, reducing the gridlock and polarization that have plagued recent years. Ultimately, the timing of Musk's announcement, combined with his unique position as a tech entrepreneur and cultural figure, makes this one of the most intriguing political developments in recent memory. Whether it leads to immediate disruption or gradual transformation, the emergence of Musk's political party is a story that will continue to unfold and captivate the attention of voters, analysts, and politicians alike. The 2024 election may well be remembered as the moment when the traditional political order was challenged in a way few expected, opening the door to new possibilities for American democracy. So what happens next? How will Elon Musk's new political party evolve? And what should we expect in the coming months? Launching a political party is an enormous undertaking, especially in a country like the United States, where the political landscape is deeply entrenched and dominated by two major parties. Musk and his team face the monumental task of building a nationwide organization from the ground up. This means establishing local chapters in every state, recruiting candidates who can run for office at various levels, from local councils to Congress, and developing a clear, coherent platform that resonates with a broad spectrum of voters. Building this infrastructure is not just about having a catchy name or a charismatic leader. It requires a well-oiled machine capable of mobilizing supporters, managing campaigns, and navigating the complex world of American politics. Fundraising and campaigning will be critical components of this effort. While Musk's personal wealth and resources mean that raising money might not be a significant hurdle, the party will still need to cultivate grassroots support to be truly effective. Political success often depends on the ability to connect with voters on the ground, to inspire volunteers, and to build a loyal base that can turn out on election day. This means organizing rallies, canvassing neighborhoods, engaging with communities, and using digital platforms to spread the party's message. Musk's massive social media following gives him a unique advantage in reaching millions of people directly, but translating online enthusiasm into real-world votes is a challenge that many political movements have struggled with. The party will need to develop a robust ground game that can compete with the well-established networks of the Democrats and Republicans. Media and public reaction to Musk's political party will undoubtedly be intense and multifaceted. On one hand, supporters will praise the innovation and fresh perspective that Musk brings to the political arena. They will see this as a much-needed shake-up of a system that many believe is broken, stagnant, and unresponsive to the needs of ordinary Americans. Musk's reputation as a visionary entrepreneur who has disrupted multiple industries will lend credibility to the idea that he can also disrupt politics in a positive way. On the other hand, critics will question Musk's motives, pointing to his controversial statements, unpredictable behavior, and the possibility that this political venture is more about personal branding or business interests than genuine public service. Skeptics will also doubt the party's viability, citing the historical difficulties third parties have faced in gaining traction in the U.S. political system. The media will likely scrutinize every move the party makes, from candidate selections to policy proposals, and public debate will be heated and polarized. Navigating the legal and regulatory landscape will be another significant challenge for Musk's party. Election laws in the United States are notoriously complex and vary widely from state to state. Issues such as ballot access, campaign finance regulations, and debate participation rules can create substantial barriers for new parties. For example, gaining ballot access often requires collecting thousands of signatures within tight deadlines, a task that demands a well-organized and well-funded effort. Campaign finance laws will require the party to establish transparent fundraising and spending practices, which can be complicated given Musk's high-profile status and the potential for large donations. Additionally, the party will need to comply with Federal Election Commission regulations and navigate the intricacies of state election boards. Successfully managing these legal hurdles will be essential to ensuring that the party can compete fairly and effectively in upcoming elections. Another strategic consideration for Musk's party will be the potential to form alliances with other third parties or independent politicians. In a political environment dominated by two major parties, collaboration among smaller parties can increase influence and improve chances of electoral success. By partnering with like-minded groups or individuals, Musk's party could pool resources, share voter bases, and present a united front on key issues. Such alliances might also help the party gain access to debates, media coverage, and ballot lines that would otherwise be difficult to secure. However, forming these alliances will require careful negotiation and compromise, as different groups may have varying priorities and ideologies. The ability to build coalitions could be a decisive factor in whether Musk's party remains a fringe movement or grows into a significant political force. In the end, whether Musk's political party becomes a major player in American politics or fades away as a short-lived experiment, one thing is clear. The traditional rules of the game are being challenged. The entry of a billionaire entrepreneur with a massive platform into the political arena signals a new era where unconventional actors can disrupt long-standing institutions. This development reflects broader changes in society, including the rise of social media as a tool for political communication, growing dissatisfaction with the two-party system, and increasing demand for innovative solutions to complex problems. The future of American politics could look very different from the past. Musk's party might inspire other entrepreneurs, activists, and innovators to enter politics, leading to a more diverse and dynamic political landscape. It could also force the major parties to rethink their strategies, platforms, and engagement with voters. Even if Musk's party does not win major elections immediately, its presence could shift the conversation and influence policy debates in meaningful ways. Moreover, the success or failure of this new party will provide valuable lessons about the possibilities and limitations of political disruption in the United States. It will test whether a movement built around innovation, free speech, environmental responsibility, government reform, and space exploration can resonate with a broad electorate. It will also reveal how much influence a single individual with vast resources and a global platform can wield in shaping the future of democracy. As the months unfold, all eyes will be on how Musk's party organizes itself, how it connects with voters, and how it navigates the complex political and legal terrain. The 2024 election cycle will be a critical test, offering a glimpse into whether this new political force can break through the barriers that have long kept third parties on the sidelines. Regardless of the outcome, the emergence of Musk's political party marks a significant moment in American political history, one that could redefine what is possible in the pursuit of political change. In summary, the coming months will be a period of intense activity, strategic planning, and public scrutiny for Musk's new political party. Building the necessary infrastructure, fundraising effectively, engaging voters, managing media narratives, overcoming legal challenges, and forming strategic alliances will all be essential steps on the path forward. Whether this party becomes a lasting institution or a fleeting experiment, it has already begun to reshape the conversation about the future of American politics and democracy. Elon Musk's announcement of a new political party is more than just a headline. It's a potential turning point in American politics. With his unique blend of innovation, controversy, and influence, Musk could reshape how politics works in the U.S. Whether you love it or hate it, this is a story worth following closely. Stay tuned, because the next few months could bring some of the most exciting and unpredictable moments in recent political history. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates on this developing story and other political case studies.